Matt and I feel like summer has come back to the southern mountains of Appalachia. It's really warm today. It was warm yesterday too.
Yep.
In the, what, 70 today?
Yeah, right at it.
I think it's supposed to, cold weather's supposed to be back next week, but we're going to take advantage of today while it is warm and try to do some things outside. Next week is Thanksgiving, so we're going to be trying to clean up outside. We host Thanksgiving at our house, so we want to make things look as neat as they can be here on the Goat Bluff. And Matt never did get the rest of the garden tilled. We wanted to till it over. We like to do that. We like to do it 2 or 3 times. Usually we end up doing it once and then once in the spring, but hopefully this year we can do it multiple times so that we can try to eradicate some of the squash bug problem that we had going on. But that's what we're going to be working on today. Right before Matt tilled up this big area, I went around and dug up any little onions I could find. Now this is not our fall onions. They're just above this part that Matt tilled, so they're still up there and we've still been enjoying them. These are walking onions or multiplying onions, Egyptian walking onions, and they've just not done really good there. I've grew them over the years in several different places, and this is just not a good place at all. So I'd already moved some of them to one of the raised beds on the bank, so I got all the ones that I could see. They feel really pitiful, but I'm going to take them, I'm going to trim them back really good. That's a really good one. It's got some new growth on it, and put them up there in one of those beds and see if that doesn't help them. Now some of our fall stuff was here where Matt plowed it up, and he just plowed it up because we've been so dry this fall, and we've not watered like we should have or could have. And we had kohlrabi and radishes planted down here. Most of it didn't even come up, and what did come up got to be about that big and just never did anything else, and just finally wilted and disappeared. So he just went ahead and plowed all that up. Now we do have turnips and kale in the back, and some mustard greens. Those are and those onions that we have down here. So we do have a few things, but the ones up here just didn't do any good because of the really dry conditions. Matt got it all tilled. Looks a lot better. Got to till some of those wonderful leaves in there. That'll help the soil, and hopefully we turned over some of the bugs too. We also cleaned out around the blueberry bushes. I've been wanting to do that since way back in June, so I'm so glad we got that done. Typically we keep that kind of beat back, keep the weeds beat back, and the woods, the trees, but this summer with Miss Cindy being sick, we just never got around to it. There was a lot of places like that we never got around to. I think this may be our last one though that we needed to clean up. So it looks a lot better, and I've been wanting to do that, like I said, since way back in June. So Matt got the dirt all turned over for me. Little worm. I'm just gonna, trimmed them all really far back, and I'm just gonna put them down in there, and we'll see what happens. They may live and they may not live. We're supposed to get some rain either this evening or tomorrow, or maybe both, we're hoping. So if we do, that'll be good for them. Some of them feel pretty pitiful, but I'm just gonna plant them anyway. It'll make me a trench, so if we put something in the other part, we'll know where these are. Hopefully it won't take them long though to come up. Whoops, somehow I missed one. Just gonna put it right over here. Missed another one. You see any more, Matt? I'm apparently missing them.
No.
Matt toted me some water up here, so he's gonna water them in good. Over in the corner, that's the ones that I'd already moved up here probably a few months ago. While we're planting, we're going to go ahead and plant our garlic. We're planting it in one of the raised beds too, instead of down there where Matt plowed is where we would generally plant it. But we're going to try it in one of the raised beds. And we're not really picky about the garlic. This is a German variety. We most often though do the plant the hardneck ones is the ones that we grow. Our favorite garlic though actually come from, it's interesting, old folks sometimes would just keep garlic growing, not necessarily planted like this, like a crop that they harvested the whole thing. They would just keep it out in their yard, maybe among their flowers. And so it's some that come from Granny's Aunt Susie. We have it growing in 2 or 3 different places in the yard, and it's really hardy, and it is kind of an ornamental because it, you know, the bloom that comes on it's pretty, and then of course the green fronds are. But we're going to try planting it for the first time in a raised bed and see how it does. The next job on our chore list is to clean out this flower bed that's right in front of the kitchen window, right as you walk up to the kitchen door in the back, right above the car lot that we own since we have so many cars. You know, Katie has 3, Matt has 1, I have 1, and then if you have company. On Thanksgiving, we try to park them in the back so people can actually park. Anyway, we're gonna clean this up. These are some zinnias. I've saved a lot of the seeds, so we'll probably just throw these on the bank and hope some of them actually come up. And then this is the anemone that has spread everywhere. We're going to throw them on the bank or throw them somewhere too. But we're also this winter going to try to remove some of the plants. Looks like cotton. Mine's about to come off.
Mine looks like it's been bloodshot.
Oh gosh, we're down to the end of the box of the popsicles, and they're not looking great. Does it taste okay though?
Yeah, it's good.
I think I hear thunder.
No, I don't know what that is.
Sonic boom.
Earthquake.
I can't believe how warm it is and how many bugs there is. And Matt told me I've got white stuff in my hair too. You got a piece on your face right there. Those little white things got everywhere. All over your pants, all over my pants. Looks better though.
Yep.
Wish we desperately we'd get some rain. I know there's people that's drier than we are too, but I wish they'd get some.
Yeah, it needs some rain bad.
I think the fire, the closest one to us, they're still working on containing it, and it's mostly contained, I think, now. I was hoping we'd get rain this evening and maybe tomorrow, but when a minute ago Matt looked at his little radar, and it looks like it just fades away before it gets to us. So I'm glad we watered the onions and the garlic.
Yep.
I saw, though, next week's supposed to be back down in the 30s. So maybe
That'll be nice.
it'll be nice, and maybe that change in weather will bring us some moisture. I don't know. That's why I thought maybe that was thunder. I guess you're right, though, it wasn't.
I don't think so.
Bugs driving you crazy?
Gosh, yeah.
You need to make us a gnat smoke. You could build it right here between us.
Yeah, there's a burn ban.
Oh, that's true. We wouldn't want to be the cause of a fire. Thankfully, we do get really heavy dews here, and then because we're right here where we're at, and then because we're on the north side of the mountain, it stays fairly moist.
Yep.
And off the creek, yeah.
Yeah, the yard will stay wet all winter, all day during the winter.
Yeah.
A lot of times it'll frost. And the frost, if it's cold, the frost stays on this end of the yard all day long.
Mm-hmm.
When it's real cold.
Well, we got a little bit done.
Yeah.
This is the time we start gearing up for the Thanksgiving next week, and I'm really glad Matt will be here this year to help. He won't be like at work. Usually you wouldn't get off but Thursday and Friday. So he'll be here to help me every day next week.
You're gonna work me like a mule, ain't you?
Yeah. No. I need to clean my house. Thinking about the stuff we need to do. And at least we got the yard looking better.
A whole bunch of cooking to do.
A whole bunch of cooking to do, yeah. Matt and I usually do the turkey, the deer ham, the rolls, sweet potatoes, some kind of dessert. Russian tea. I didn't get no stuff for Russian tea.
Looks like you're gonna be going back to town.
Oh yeah, I didn't get none. I forgot about it.
You can't even drink it anyway, can you?
Just a sip or two.
Boy, I like that stuff.
It's really good. We've got corn. I think this year we could do some corn too
Yeah.
that we froze. So
Right.
Granny usually does the green beans and the pumpkin pies. She told me today, though, I might need to come help her do the pumpkin pies next week. So, my sister-in-law, Kim, she brings, what does she bring? Potato salad, coconut cake. Everybody loves her coconut cake.
Gosh, yeah.
Usually like a broccoli salad that's really good. What else did she bring? Seems like there's one or, oh, mashed potatoes. Somebody, last year, everybody kept saying, where's the gravy? Where's the gravy? We're bad, I guess awful, that we don't do gravy anymore. Pap was the gravy man, so he made sure there was gravy. I know Matt would appreciate it. But the rest of us just don't really eat it.
No, I'm gonna make some.
You're going to make some this year?
I would have always made it, but nobody eats it. But me. And
You
him,
and Pap
he used
was
to eat it.
the gravy man. I love gravy when it comes to like sausage gravy or bacon gravy with biscuits, chocolate gravy. But I'm just not big on gravy, meat gravy that goes with mashed potatoes or whatever.
Yes, I am.
I know Pap was too.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Apparently I've got a bunch of people that are like me, the rest of our family, just you and
It's all crazy.
Yeah.
Gravy is that's un-American not to eat gravy.
Well, I eat it for breakfast. I just don't necessarily like it. But it sounds like we might have some this year. Matt may take that over.
Yeah, I'm gonna make some.
Yeah.
Ain't no need in not having gravy.
Have some mashed potatoes with it.
Did you get me cranberry sauce?
I did. And Miss Cindy always made cranberry sauce. She would like buy the cranberries and make it and put orange peel in it. It was really good, but Matt didn't like it. Matt likes what he had when he was a boy, which comes right out of the can. You know,
that
the canned.
old gelatin, that's what I like. And that's the only time of year I eat it is then. Don't like that other stuff's got all of whatever's in
Nuts
it, seeds
and stuff.
I don't like that junk.
And poor Matt, he's the only one that really likes it, so most of the time he don't get it because we forget it. But I did buy you a can, and a lot of times I buy it and then I forget to actually put it out.
Yeah, well, several times we've eat.
And then I'm
and
like,
full and it's over with,
like,
and then I remembered it and it's there. I
It's
was
in the
just didn't
cabinet.
get it.
I just didn't open the can. So this year we need to make sure. See, you'll be here. You can be in charge of the menu.
The whole menu?
Well, yeah. You got
Okay.
picking the cotton off of us. You can be my overseer that just makes sure I actually do it all.
Well, I'll be in and out
Yeah.
because I'll be up here on the ridge some of that time.
Well, you need to put an alarm or something that has to have cranberry sauce before we start eating.
We'll put a whiteboard in the kitchen.
Yeah,
and
you
put
put
instructions on it.
Yeah, and instruct me.
Yeah.
There's always so much good stuff to eat. Makes you so thankful. I know people, even in America, all people don't have the bounty that we have, but certainly not in other countries. Makes me very thankful.
I'm about ashamed of the stuff I eat.
Yeah.
I need to slack off and drop a few pounds, but you can't lose weight at this house. It just ain't happening.
Yeah, we eat good. I'm very thankful for it.
There's too much stuff in there that you really probably shouldn't eat a whole lot of. And then you couple that with zero willpower.
And a hefty appetite.
And I've got an appetite like I don't know what. I just go eating all the time. And all I need to do is adjust what I eat and I'd feel better, you know.
Probably.
Here lately I've just ate a bunch of junk.
Some people though Matt's appetite is ravenous all the time, and like he says, you eat like a 12-year-old boy or something. But I don't have that. I like to eat more right now than I ever have in my life, but I've never had that great of an appetite. If I can't think of exactly what I want to eat, then I just don't want to eat. I'd just rather not eat. I do better now. I mean, in my older age, I like to eat more than I ever did, but I used to, especially when I was young, have a hard time. I just didn't have much appetite.
I never had no problem with that. If it ain't exactly what I want, I'll put something in
You
there.
find something else.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're always excited, though, of course, holidays, just like everybody else, to get to see family. And my nephew, Mark, and his wife and little boy is going to get to come, so we'll be excited to see them. Hadn't seen them since Miss Cindy died. And they unfortunately brought a stomach virus with them, the little boy,
It was a
Alec.
mean one, too, wasn't it?
And so we seen them, and then we didn't get to see them. Mark was going to be a pallbearer at Miss Cindy's funeral, and he couldn't because he was so sick. So, and then they infected all of Steve's house, all of the family with it. I think it went through all of them. None of us got it though. So, but anyway, we hadn't seen them since then, so we'll be excited to see them. I'm not sure April and her husband Zach will get to come back. They were just here, so I'm not sure they'll get to come back. But it's always nice to be together, and we don't really get to see Ben's family that much every once in a while, so it'll be nice to see them and see their kids and see how they've grown. Be sad without Miss Cindy.
Yeah.
Sad without her. But there'll be a lot to be thankful for too.
Yep. I'm thinking about coming to it myself.
You might show up.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, if there's food sitting in there, then I'll be there.
For many years, Matt made we've made the turkey for I don't know how many years. Even when we were still eating at Pap and Granny's, we made it, and then we bring it Oh, and the dressing. I forgot. We make the dressing. Forgot all about that. That was one thing I didn't mention.
Homemade cornbread dressing.
Yeah, cornbread dressing. It's Matt's mother's recipe, but she really got it from her father. Anyway, yeah, I forgot. How could I forget that? But once Matt made the dressing the first time in the turkey, I think Granny was like, yeah, you just handle that. You just handle that. So we have for many years, even when we were still eating at Pap and Granny's. But for a while, for several years in a row, Matt deep fried the turkey. And that was really good.
Yeah, your daddy, once I done that one time, he loved it. And I do too. We just don't do it now because, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how we
It's
quit
kind of
doing
just one more thing to add to everything, but you can cook it either in the oven or in a big broaster or something. You can just put it in, walk off, and be doing something else with that deep frying it. You got to kind of stay with it.
Yeah.
But boy, it's good.
It was good. We've got a picture somewhere of Daddy like with a whole leg, turkey leg, eating it.
It ain't the leg, it's the carcass.
Oh, is it the carcass? I thought it was the leg.
Yeah, he was walking around the house with the whole carcass, gnawing on it like a dog.
Yeah, he loved it.
Oh yeah, he loved it. He said he wasn't going to waste a bite of that stuff.
Well.
He said, you be sure and do that again next year. And I said, yeah, I will. I think I ended up doing it again for Christmas just because he liked it so much and took it down there and he ate a bunch of it again.
And Granny was at the doctor's this week telling one of them, I don't remember what, something was said about Thanksgiving, and Granny said something about pumpkin pies, but she told her, the lady said, oh, you like pumpkin pies? And Granny said, it's not Thanksgiving without pumpkin pie.
Yeah, that's about right.
So,
I like them.
When I think about it, my favorite, like I love my rolls. I make rolls. It's not my recipe. I've got a video I can link to, but I found it years ago, way before I even had a blog, much less a YouTube channel, but in a Southern Living magazine, and I just thought it sounded good, and I made them, and I've been making them ever since, haven't I? I don't think nobody wouldn't let me in the door if I...
Wouldn't be Thanksgiving
without them or Christmas. Anyway, they're really good. So I think about my rolls. I love turkey, so I love that. I love the sweet potatoes, and I'm like Granny. I like pumpkin pie. So I guess those are my favorite. Dressing's not really my favorite.
It ain't mine either. I mean, I like it, just a few bites of it, but it's so rich when we make it that way that just a few bites of it'll do me. It is good.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It's heavy,
Yeah.
Now, along with everything else, you just can't eat a whole bunch of all of it.
Yeah. Deviled eggs. My Ben's wife, Rachel, usually brings deviled eggs and asparagus, and those are good. So... April brought last year corn pudding. That was really good. I like corn pudding.
Gosh, yeah, I do too.
So,
They just ain't
Corey
much.
made a pumpkin pie last year that we really liked. It was like a, instead of just a typical pumpkin pie like Granny would make, it had like a, well, it was a creamier, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Maybe add whipping cream or something in it.
Yeah, it was real good.
It was really good, and then we made her make it again at Christmas, and then somehow just in the hub of the day, we never did get it out of the refrigerator. So then later that night when we realized it, we were all like, good, because we got to eat it.
We got to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, so. Got the white stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I got it all over me.
Yeah. Talking about Granny, though, next week is her last treatment. I can't believe it, but it's her last treatment. So she's still doing pretty good. She's not been really sick. She has, in the last week, started having a little burning places from the radiation. Can do that to you, a little skin irritation. But it's a miracle that she's made it the whole time and not had it till now. So she's doing pretty good, and is going to be glad for that part to be over. So thank you so much to everybody that's prayed for her. I know that's why she's done so well. Those are answered prayers, absolutely answered prayers, because when we started, I thought there's no way she can do this. She's so weak, she can't do it, but she has. She's just been a trooper, hasn't she?
No, it's not, it don't even seem to have affected her a great deal.
No, she's really tired is the biggest thing, but that's it, yeah. She had one or two little spells where she felt sick, but nothing terrible and nothing that didn't go away. So thank you so much. I know that's just answered prayers. Prayer works. Weapon of prayer. And we don't use it as much as we ought to. I know I don't, but we really appreciate that. And she's happy, and it's really nice that she's going to get through right before Thanksgiving. I think that's really nice. That's what the doctor told her. Said, you be done before you eat turkey. So We really, really appreciate that. It's been interesting going. Steve's took her some and Paul's took her some, but I've took her most of the time. And you go every day, you see kind of the same people, and you know they're going through the same thing that like Mother is, and it's been an interesting experience. And I love the camaraderie that you can tell has developed between all the patients in there, because again they're seeing each other every day and they're going through the same stuff. And most of them younger than Granny and able to get around better than Granny, but I know she'll be glad to not have to go. And she's had the weekends off, so she's not had to go on the weekends, but just during the weekdays every day. So she'll be glad, but she's also glad about it'll be done before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I have a project I've got Matt, since he's home, helping me with this year. We don't know exactly how it'll work out, but I saw it, I think it was last year, maybe the year before, and I wanted to do it, and I never could manage to get it done, and I'm going to try my best this year. But it was just in a magazine talking about, of course, holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, when family comes, and, there's nostalgia associated with both of those, like even down to, like Matt talking about Pap liking the turkey, and once Matt made his dressing, Granny didn't ever want to make hers again. She just wanted to eat Matt's. Those kind of stories and just different memories associated, and telling stories from the past, and thinking of your family, those that are gone, like Miss Cindy, and then of course those that are still here, but maybe they've grown up. I think about my nephews and my niece, how it just seemed, and Corey and Katie too, seems like just yesterday they were the little ones. Now they've got little ones, Anyway, thinking about all that, this was a suggestion, was to pull out all the old pictures and let people talk about them, and remember and tell stories. And they had, one of their suggestions, and I can't remember all of them, but one of them was really neat. If you had a coffee table, you could lay them out on the coffee table and then put glass over it, so that way everybody could just look. Well, we don't have a coffee table, and I thought about one of my side tables, or you could even do it, I guess, where you eat, but then I didn't think that would really work. And besides, I don't have the big piece of glass, and then where would you store the glass? And I just never did get it done last year, but this year I started thinking about it again, and how I'd really like to do that. And I took, in these days we don't take pictures except with our phones, and some people have theirs developed, but I'm not one of those people. I don't ever have mine developed. But I was thinking about all the ones I took when the kids were little, Corey and Katie and Ben and Mark and April, and how I'd like to pull those out, and then if they want them, they could take them home with them. If it's a picture of Mark or April or Ben or whoever when they were little and they'd like to have it, they could just take it with them, or maybe their mama wants it or whatever. Anyway, so Matt's helping me work on that project. I hadn't started going through the photos yet. That'll be the hard part, and then deciding which one to. I'm just gonna
what you can part with.
Yeah, what you can part with, and just what not to, because then I'm like, I should just put all the photo books out and let people go through them, and I could do that too, but I think it'd be special to have them just sitting around and let people look at them and talk and remember, and then maybe take them home with them. So if we figure out how to make all that work, we'll be sure to share it with you and let you see some of the old pictures. And it's just, time goes by so fast,
Yeah, it does.
It goes by so fast. Like I said, it just seems like yesterday. It was every time we'd get together at Granny and Pap's, if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever it was, birthday, the three girls, Corey and Katie and April, were just being usually either fighting or being silly, one or the other, laughing hysterically, or maybe they were fighting. And then the boys were more serious. So it's funny, even in pictures it shows up. If you look at the pictures, Corey and Katie and April's usually making some crazy face, and Ben and Mark are just standing real, solemn and still. And
stoic.
Yeah, like what are these girls doing?
Our two was running around like mad dogs.
Yeah, they were, Corey and Katie and April were definitely wilder and more rambunctious than Ben and Mark. Actually, than Ben and Mark put together.
Yeah.
They made more noise and had more, got into more trouble, I guess you would say, than Ben and Mark.
just a wee bit willful.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's amazing though that they all have kids now. Well, except Corey and Katie, but Katie will soon. So. Yeah. Ben's kids. He's got 3 girls, and they're just like stair steps. They're so cute. And then April and Mark both have boys, and they're adorable too.
Yep.
I think the bugs are just increasing.
They're just eating me up.
Are they biting you?
And they're just all in my eyes and my face.
You're gonna have to. Told you.
This ain't right in November. They ought to be froze to death.
Yeah, they ought to be. Well, maybe they've all hatched out, and now they're going to be frozen when that weather comes this week.
Yeah, I hope I get to see it. I hope I get to watch them.
You just stay out here and watch and see
Okay.
what happens.
Okay. Oh, well, you bring me something to eat.
Yeah, I'll throw you something.
Okay.
Throw you some scraps out.
Mm-hmm. I'm about to get hungry.
It's about time to eat.
Yeah.
It's getting dark. You think it's going to rain?
Well, there's a chance of it this evening, but
I wish it would bad.
I ain't no weatherman or nothing, you know.
Well, we thank you for coming and visiting with us today as we plowed up the garden, straightened up around the front of the house. This back here has got a lot still needs to be straightened up, but we hope nobody won't walk back here.
I'm hoping somebody give us a D8 dozer and
We
just
don't-
push it all off a mountain and
We-
fix that.
We don't want that. But we are excited this time of the year, thinking about Thanksgiving and being with family. We've got a lot to be grateful for, a lot to be thankful for, and we are very thankful. And you're one of those things we're thankful for. We hope that you'll drop back by often to help us celebrate Appalachia, and we'll be sure to share our Thanksgiving festivities with you. I can't believe these bugs.
They're just mostly around you.
I know. They're in my hair. They're on my shirts. And I got that white stuff everywhere. You do too. Look at your pants. Look at mine. I want it to be like cold where I can sit by the heater.
Well, you have to talk with the Lord about that. I can't help that.
I know. But maybe this is good. They see all these little things have hatched out, and then
Death and destruction.
yeah, maybe it'll help the bug population. I don't know. Insect population. I'm hoping I didn't see none, but it'd be good if there's a bunch of squash bugs and then it gets them.
Yep.
I don't guess you seen any when you was tilling up down there.
I can't see nothing, you know,
I know.
and especially something like a bug that far away. I mean, my eyesight's not good, and it's aggravating.
I had a ladybug.
Especially
on
when the
me.
eye doctor says, you're good. Come back in 2 years.
2 years later, you're
2
good.
years later, you're good.
Come
and
back in 2
I'm
years.
substantially worse than the other 2 years.
You must just get in there and just guess all the right things or something.
Wait till I go the next one.
You're gonna be
Yeah,
like,
they're gonna give me a stick and a pair of dark glasses
I think
when I
that's
leave
a
there.
8.
I'm gonna look at the other wall. I'm gonna make sure they give me something the next time.
Oh gosh.
I'm getting tired of these readers. They just, if I wear them a long time, they give me a headache.
Yeah, they do. Need to make you another appointment.
Well, I just went. When was that?
It's been a while. I mean, I think it's been a year.
No, it ain't. It was this past year.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because it was after I took over at work.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Well,
So it's been since
Last
first of
October.
March of this past year.
Oh, okay.
Of this year.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they probably don't want to see me again.
The first time I ever went, that's what he told me was that it's you're like right there.
Well, that's what I figured after. You know,
But
after
then
the
by the
first
next time I went back, it's like, yeah, you need some glasses. first time I ever went to him, I took Mama. That was when I was having like those red places in my eyes, and she just demanded I go to the doctor. And I thought, well, whatever, I'll take you and go next time. But that was the night before Daddy died. Yeah. I remember I come back and went in and talked to him, and I was glad after that. He was in good spirits and feeling good. And, but by midnight, that had all changed. He'd be happy that we all still get together and eat.
Oh yeah, he would.
And Miss Cindy would be too.
Just keep doing it till you can't.
I know.
That's the way I look at it.
So shocking though when you think about Miss Cindy. I just thought she'd be here for so long because she was in such good health, except she wasn't. We just couldn't see it.
Yeah.
That's what Katie said. I don't know if you heard her say that earlier, like last year at Thanksgiving. She said, if you told me like by next Thanksgiving your grandmother will be gone, Gail Larson was here, and she'd be gone, and that I'd be going to have a baby. She said, I wouldn't have believed none of that.
Yeah.
That's why you got to enjoy every minute.
Yep.
Even when there are bugs flying around you.
Yeah, even when you're blind.
Even when you can't see.
I can't see it, but I'm enjoying it.
I know. All right, well, let's go fix us a... We're going to have dough burgers and French fries. Is that good?
Yeah, I'm fine, just whatever.
Sounds like a plan. All right, let's go.
All right.